I am severely depressed, and I've been this way for like 10 years, maybe 15, and it gets worse with every waking hour. But it doesn't matter, because do you know what smart people do when struggling with depression? They go to therapy, you dipshit. Exactly! They build an over-engineered robot to self-inflict physical pain whenever they get sad. My fellow humans, I bid you welcome. Today I'm quite stoked because I will show you the greatest invention since the time of gunpowder and anime, the awfully robotic sadness eradicator. Here is my majestic creation. It's a simple robotic arm made for punching people on the top of the head. It has a bit of padding, but trust me, it's not pleasant. Ow! But how does this beautiful machine work? Well, glad you asked. Here is a brief overview. The punching end is fixed on the end of a lever that is moved by an overly complicated piston that is rotated by a cordless drill that is switched on by a relay that is controlled by an Arduino that is connected to a laptop where I run a Python script that I wrote using a couple of open source libraries. And here is where things get spicy. The code running on the laptop can read my facial expressions through my webcam, and if I stop smiling for more than a couple of hundred milliseconds, it will send a signal to the microcontroller and trigger the robotic arm that will finally hit me repeatedly on the head. It didn't sound that stupid in my brain until I said it out loud. Who cares? Let's try it. So, the script is running, and as long as I keep a huge smile on my face, everything is fine. But if for some reason I decide to frown... I can't freaking believe it works! It's amazing! Now I can condition my brain to always be happy and smile, or else I will receive immediate punishment. That's how therapy works, right? Yeah. I should make a Kickstarter project for this. Are you anxious about the future? Are you tired of the constant state of creeping depression that is destroying your life since you were 15? Are you feeling like a failure, headed towards an existence of utter despair and solitude? Of course you are, you miserable jackass, but worry not, as there is still a spark of hope in this bleak and joyless world. Meet the solution to all your mental health disorders. Made from the finest junk found in a dark basement, programmed by a talentless engineer fueled by spite and villainy, this contraption will fix your depression forever. Or it will kill you in the process. Feeling sad? Get bonked! Worried about your career and economic situation? Get bonked! Obsessively thinking about how everyone you ever trusted has lied and how you're slowly falling victim of a never-ending loop of isolation, grief and existential dread that will inevitably drive your afflicted soul over the brink of madness? Get bonked! Heal your mind and find your inner peace with the newest contraption from Broblord Industries. I really don't get why companies do not reach out and ask me to showcase their products. I'm a marketing genius. So today marks a great day for humanity. Not only I fixed my depression forever, I also managed to save the entire humankind from sadness. Imagine a world where everyone always has this kind of robot attached to their shoulder. No one will ever dare to be sad. Ah, such a wonderful utopia of unwilling cheerfulness and brain damage. This will be my legacy. You're welcome. As always, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and maybe leave a nice comment or share this video. Those really help improve my mood, far more than a janky robot trying to break my skull. Also, if you want to see more of this specific organism, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Don't worry about spam, sometimes I forget about them for weeks in a row. Thank you for joining and I'll see you soon. Take care. And don't neglect your mental health.